win this moment, and you win yourself.
You just have to ground yourself back to reality. I mean, I know that's a simple, easy answer, but that's just the truth. And that's easier said than done, for sure. I think that, you gotta not think like that. Just say, take a deep breath, say, no, I'm going to focus just on this one, and I want to be free from this. Because if you truly think about it in the other direction, if you truly, instead of thinking like, oh, I have to do this forever, again, it gets easier. Remember that too, that the first 2 weeks are difficult. I would say the first few days are probably the most difficult. The first 2 weeks are the second difficult, and it slowly just in chunks gets easier and easier. And you get a few random spikes that might imitate the first few days here and there until 90 days, where I don't think that after 90 days, you're completely 100% off the hook. That's going to be still in your brain to some degree, but don't let that scare you. I'm not saying that to let you scare you, to scare you. I'm saying that because it's there, that it's going to be a whisper at that point, rather than it's going to be a very, very faint whisper. At that point, it's going to be a very faint whisper, and you need to be aware of that. But it's not going to be something, it's going to be like a fly, and you just swat it away and you're fine, whatever. Or maybe you need to put on bug spray, whatever that means in the real world, in the translation of a metaphor. So I think that you need to ground yourself, and that's one of the main important reasons to meditate, and ideally daily, because meditation not only is so many benefits for you, you'll just feel better already from meditation, even just 10 minutes a day. But meditation, what it does is it teaches you how to ground yourself from those crazy thoughts and feelings that are where it runs away from you, feelings and thoughts that you don't necessarily desire. And you can detach yourself from them and say, oh, I'm not my thoughts, I'm not my feelings. And you can get away from those and put that into practice, where, okay, you're thinking about all these thoughts, I'm going to have to do this forever. As you meditate, I think it changes your brain in a way that it makes your mind less likely to do that in the first place. It fortifies your mind to stay more present. And that is so important. So that's what I would say. It's meditation, not letting your thoughts get away from you. And yeah.
For someone in those first 72 hours who's never meditated before, what's the simplest way to start? Like, what's the bare minimum practice you'd hand them so they don't overcomplicate it?
Hands down, guided meditation. If you've never meditated before, you should definitely do a guided meditation, because it gives your brain something to latch onto. It's almost like watching a video like you're watching right now, or listening to right now, either or. And it gives you something to latch onto, where it occupies your brain and you can stay connected. And, they give you silent gaps in between to kind of breathe and rest and whatever. But find a guided meditation that you like and continue to do it. Either find several different ones every day. Probably use the same one every day and just use it for a month if you like it enough. Then after that, slowly maybe do every other day or something like that, or maybe find a new one, or just taper yourself off. I mean, you don't even need to taper yourself off, really. If it helps you, it helps you. I just think that the purest form of meditation would be, and I'm not saying that I'm the arbiter of truth. I'm saying, well, maybe I am, but I'm saying that you don't need to, I'm not saying that there's any correct way to meditate versus not. Obviously, there is certain ways to meditate and not. But what I'm saying is, if it works for you, it works for you. I feel like meditating by yourself teaches you more how to deal with those thoughts by yourself on your own than a guided meditation, because there's not always going to be someone there holding your hand. It's like if you start working somewhere, you need someone to show you the ropes. You need someone to show you how everything works. But you have to at some point remove those training wheels. I think it's exactly like biking. You need to have the training wheels to learn how to bike at first. Maybe you don't need to, but just like meditation, you don't need to watch guided meditation, but they help you learn how to bike at first. And then you take them off, and then you can do it on your own. And that's going to help you to ground yourself when it matters most.
Yeah, that's spot on. The training wheels analogy is perfect. A guided meditation kind of holds your hand and keeps your brain from wandering all over the place, especially when you're brand new. But eventually, you do want to learn how to sit with your thoughts solo, because in real life, no one's going to be in your ear coaching you when that urge hits at 2 a.m. And I like how you framed it as practice, not perfection. Like, you don't need to sit cross-legged for an hour chanting. Even 5 or 10 minutes with a guided track can start rewiring your brain to notice thoughts without getting lost in them. That's a game changer for those first few days. So here's what I'm curious about. When someone finally manages to sit through that first urge without caving, maybe they breathe, maybe they meditate, maybe they just outwait it. What's the best way for them to lock in that win so their brain actually remembers it for next time?
So I think identifying the trigger for sure, exactly what caused you to start going back to it, what caused you to do that, what is the thing that is drawing you back in, and thinking about ways that you can block yourself from that. Again, going back to the barricades and the blockers, you want to think about ways that you can stop yourself from going back to that, because then what you can do is take those actions and make it more difficult for you to even consider that. If you enjoyed this video, you can watch the full version right here.